Good afternoon, Raider baseball fans, and welcome to some Saturday baseball as your Rouse Raiders are the visiting team against the Alamo Heights Mules. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside the one and only Mr. Jonathan Caspar. And what a day for baseball as the Alamo Heights Mules force a Game 3, taking Game 2 last night at Raider Field 4-3 in an 8-inning contest. And so excited for Game 3 today. It's a sunny, beautiful day here in Dripping Springs, and we're looking forward to this contest. The coaches are about to meet. They have completed their in and outs, and we'll be getting underway shortly. The coaches make their way to the on-deck circle, or not on-deck circle, the home plate circle. The Mules, out of 27-5A, come in as the number 1 seed. They're 26-7 on the season with a 16-0 undefeated record in district play. They are coached by Joey Boyd. He's in his 4th year with 63 wins. He's assisted by Colton Hermes, Willie Golick, and Fabian Welch. Their 2023 record was 22-14. They were 14-2 and the number 2 seed out of 27-5A and finished as an area finalist with 5 returning starters. So a rematch of last year's area round contest for these two teams. The Rouse Raiders out of District 25-5A, they're the number 3 seed. They're 27-9-1 on the season and finished 10-4 in district. Their head coach is Chad Crimpine in his 23rd year with 508 wins. He's assisted by Manny Perez, Dan LaPaglia, and Will Noble. Their 2023 record was 30-12-1, and they were 9-5 in district play, and were the number 4 seed out of 25-5A, and finished as a regional finalist, dropping 2 out of 3 to Bernie Champion, who went on to state and lost in the first round of the state semifinals. Wind blowing in out of the south in contrast to what it was the past couple of days where it was coming out of the north. So a little warmer weather here for this afternoon. Kind of hazy off in the distance, but a beautiful venue to play here at Dripping Springs. The Dripping Springs Tigers with a relatively new high school campus. Nice facilities here, and formerly the Dripping Springs Tigers and Rouse were in the same district several years ago. And Dripping Springs has moved up in classification to the 6A level. So interesting games from last night, and Jonathan will go over those scores here in just one moment. Bernie Champion actually dropped Game 2 to San Antonio MacArthur last night. I believe the score was 6-1, but Jonathan will go over those scores here. He's just made it back in the house. Be sure and turn yourself on there, Jonathan.
Yeah, sorry about that. Had a little pregame ritual that I had to make sure not to miss out on and keep the ball rolling here. So, yeah, pregame. Sorry, game 2s and 3s on tap here. Region 4, Medina Valley is going to play.
Actually, they're done. Cedar
Park
won
done.
the area, so they await the winner of this game right here to play for the regional qualifier.
Yeah, and score's not updated there, but obviously taking care of things. They were on the road. Alamo Heights, Rouse. Obviously, here we are, Game 3 in Dripping Springs, Brownsville. Vets Memorial versus Rio Grande City. Vets Memorial does advance. Victoria East and Pioneer. Again, no updates here. They did have Game 1. Victoria East did win 1-0, so no updates for Saturday. Actually, today is Game 2 in that series at 2 o'clock. So Game 3, 30 minutes afterwards if needed. Bernie Champion falls to San Antonio MacArthur. MacArthur does proceed to move on. No, that's not even right.
What?
I apologize. Bernie Champion lost game 2 on Friday night. They play game 3 today at Northeast Sports Park in San Antonio. Beautiful complex out there. They are playing right about the same time we are. Kerrville Tivy is the one that
They've clinched and
actually
moved on.
advanced. That's the one I was going for. Tivy,
Yeah.
the 4
so
seed out of 26-5A.
Tivy waits the winner of the MacArthur and Champion contest this afternoon.
Which will then, of course, potentially see the third game between them, obviously being district rivals. La Jolla Palmview
They come back.
did come back, winning a tight game, 6-5 against McAllen, so they'll have game 3 today at the same time as us. Corpus Christi Memorial, Vets Memorial against McAllen. They are winning. McAllen won game 1 4-1. They play 2 games today if necessary, first of which is at 2 o'clock. Then, of course, we do go on to Region 3, Fulshear versus PNG. Fulshear winning 7-4, PNG winning 10-8, so they have game 3. Houston Milby, Friendswood. Friendswood does advance. Eastview, Magnolia. Eastview winning game 1. They will have doubleheader today if necessary. First game at 3 o'clock, so they've actually got some later games scheduled for today.
Well, originally we were supposed to play last night, but we're weather delayed.
Yeah, so Georgetown, Lake Creek. Lake Creek handling Georgetown 4-1 and 4-0. So bit of a surprise there. Lake Creek advancing. Now, I know Lake Creek's a solid team, but Georgetown has always shown to be very solid, having won the state championship 5A 2 years ago in 2022. So Santa Fe, Galena Park. Santa Fe does advance in straight games pretty handily, 13-1 and 13-0. There towards the bottom, Barbers Hill, familiar foe that we faced in 2021, right? Or they were in 2021. They went on playing against Foster.
Yeah.
Foster advances in that game in 3. Magnolia West against Elgin. Elgin is eliminated. Magnolia West advances, and then A&M Consolidated advances against Hendrickson.
So the lineups are just about to be announced, and we will follow suit along with them as we're just about ready to get underway here in Dripping Springs.
All right, here's the starting lineup for the Rouse Raiders.
So your starting lineup for your Rouse Raiders, leading off will be the second baseman, number 9, Rainer Heinrich. He will be followed by the right fielder, number 12, Tyler Espinoza. Batting third will be the starting first baseman, number 8, Oscar Salazar. He will be followed by the center fielder, number 10, Landon Miller. Batting fifth will be the catcher, number 14, Xander Forcell. And batting sixth will be the starting pitcher for this afternoon, number 22, Nathan Miller. Batting seventh will be the designated hitter, number 11, Andrew Sanchez. He will be hitting for the starting left fielder, number 31, Adrian Graves. Number 7, Jacob Solis, will be the shortstop. And batting eighth and rounding out the order will be the third baseman, number 6, Gavin Silva. Adrian Graves is the left fielder.
All right, and the rest of the Raiders. The head coach for the Raiders is Chad Crampine. He is assisted by Manny Perez, Dan LaPaglia, and Will Noble.
For your Alamo Heights Mules, leading off will be the second baseman, number 2, Luke Spielhagen. Batting second will be the right fielder, number 8, Hunt Conger. Batting third will be the shortstop, number 13, Bruno Robles. The starting pitcher for this afternoon, number 24, Yul Salaburu, will be batting fourth. Batting fifth will be the catcher, number 27, Will Broderick. Batting sixth will be the designated hitter, number 19, Hunter Jones. He will be hitting for the third baseman, number 5, Watson Laswell. Batting seventh will be the first baseman, number 21, Albert Colglazer. Batting eighth will be the left fielder, number 11, Blake Botter. And batting ninth will be the center fielder, number 4, Parks Zunker.
And the rest of the Mules. The head coach for the Mules is Joseph Boyd. He's assisted by Colton Hermes, Fabian Welch, and Willie Garlick.
Well, so a little turn here, Jonathan, as the wind has shifted, and now it's kind of blowing out of the north where it was coming down to the south just a little while ago.
Remove your hats and direct your attention to the flag.
We're going to take a moment for the national anthem. We want to thank you for tuning in and watching high school playoff baseball here on SHN Sports. We'll be right back in just one moment. It's playoff baseball time in Texas as we're ready to get underway here in Dripping Springs. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Mr. Jonathan Caspar, and we are excited to bring you Game 3 action this afternoon versus these two great teams.
Yes, sir. In Game 3, no doubt that it could have come to this. I mean, obviously we had a bit of a back and forth game last night. Didn't seem to go the way of the Raiders, some of which I think that can be remedied today with a good defensive showing, right? And just, clean things up a little bit. And I think we'll be in great shape. But again, Alamo Heights, they've proven to be here. They're here for a reason. And they've proven why they're here, going undefeated throughout the regular season, undefeated district, and, just having an excellent season. And, we do see Yul Salaburu getting his opportunity to pick up where he left off last night, having come in to close out after Robles was able to go a 7 complete game, basically. Not complete game in the aspect that we did go to extra innings, but 7 full innings of pitching for Robles last night.
Defensively for the Mules, on the mound, number 24, Yul Salaburu. Behind the plate, number 27, Will Broderick. At first base, number 21, Albert Kohlglazer. At second base, number 2, Luke Spielhagen. At third base, number 5, Watson Laswell. At short, number 13, Bruno Robles. In left, number 11, Blake Botter. In center, number 4, Parks Zunker. And in right field, number 8, Hunt Conger. Due up for the Raiders in the first, Rainer Heinrich, Tyler Espinosa, and Oscar Salazar. Mule fan number 1 checking in from Colombo, Sri Lanka. Now that is the furthest
Raiders, number 9,
that we've had anybody listen. We've had Dominican Republic and Cuba.
Of course, Mule fan number 1 was
out there.
Graced us with the chat last night. Yeah. Thank you so much for that, and thank you for letting us know where you came from. We're not aware of that from last night's game.
The first pitch to Heinrich, high and inside for ball 1, and we are underway in Dripping Springs. Tyler Espinosa on deck. And pitch high and inside for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch. Heinrich lays off on a pitch down and away for ball 3. Salaburu working from the windup. And the 3-0 pitch. That'll hit him on the shoulder for a hit by pitch, which would have been ball 4.
Next batter,
and the Raiders get their lead off the board, and Tyler Espinosa comes to the plate.
And once again, we've seen people getting hot at the right time of year in this Raider lineup. And Tyler Espinoza is doing a really good job with the on-base percentage, but I would love to see him be able to wake up his at-bat and really start.
Pitch high and outside for ball one.
Yeah, really start to show what he's capable of with that bat in his hand, and the reason why he is in that two spot here for the Raiders lineup.
Steve Kithill checking in. Let's go Raiders. Hello, Mr. Kithill. Yes, 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 yes. Let's
little Cedar Park
hope for
reference.
that. Hope for that Kithill magic.
And the option to play against them.
Richard Bergner checking in. Come on, Mules. Fastball down the middle, called a strike. Back pick to first, not in time. And the count will go 1-1 to Espinoza. Oscar Salazar on deck. More fans slowly streaming in. Playing in a neutral site. Not seeing a whole lot in the stands so far, but more people are trickling in. That pitch high and inside for ball two. 2-1. Christina Diaz checking in. Let's go Raiders. Love the Diaz family.
Yes, sir.
Such a great family. Caleb and Colby Diaz.
Big Lou.
Playing ball, and Lily as a manager this year. A great family of Rouse Raider baseball. This is cut on and stroked up the middle. Robles played the shift to cover second, and that will get into left field. That would have been a routine ground ball too short had Robles not moved over to second.
Well, I want to know if it was possibly him covering the bag for the hit and run or the possible steal, because Rainer Heinrich did take off and, again, just made for a huge hole for Tyler to find there. And we got our first two on the bag here for the Raiders.
Coach Harris checking in. Rouse House, best of luck to the Raiders on their 24 playoff run.
Thanks, Coach.
Oscar Salazar stands in. He shows bunt. He'll lay off. That'll go to the backstop, and the runners will advance on the wild pitch. So Nana checking in. Give your mothers the gift of a win. Go Raiders. Alicia Berry, go Rouse, go. Scott Forcell, we're late. Any way to pause the game?
You know, the TiVo's not working there, Scott. I don't know what's wrong. I'm hitting the button and nothing's happening. So
Coach Boyd makes his way out to the mound and gather his infield in.
And those that were able to watch the game last night or catch the game on the broadcast, you did see that Yul Salabur did finish that game out, as I mentioned. He is able to come back in and start this game because he only threw 18 pitches. So not nearly enough to worry about arm fatigue for Coach Boyd. And that gives them, I think, one of their better opportunities, as Yul showed he had really good command last night. But again, it's another day, right? And with another day comes new challenges and a whole different kind of adjustment that you need to make.
Landon Miller on deck. Salaburu from the stretch. A pitch. That's high for ball three.
Ball two, right? That was only the second pitch?
No,
was that third pitch?
It is third pitch. The one went to the backstop. Did you count that one?
Yeah, as the first one.
Yeah, no, it was his second one, right?
No,
that pitch down and away.
3-0. Okay, I was right.
Okay.
Now we're 3-0. I was like, wait a second.
Right.
I thought we only had two pitches. So,
well, I'm glad I didn't mess up.
Yay for me! I was paying attention.
Yeah, good for you, buddy.
It doesn't happen very often, folks. Squirrel.
3-0 the count to Salazar.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Point. That pitch misses low for ball four, and to be honest, Jonathan, that could have been a strike.
That was very close, but you know, I mentioned it even at the beginning of game one and game two. You're going to find that you're going to get more pitches called your way if you're able to show that you can hit your spots. And if you're wild to begin with, it's going to be hard-pressed to get that umpire on your side to give you anything that's even close or remotely close to a strike. And I think that was case in point there, is that could have been called a strike. But
so the shift goes like this. The umpire that was at first last night is now behind the plate, and the umpire behind the plate is now at third, and the second base umpire is the same place.
Same guy. So, yeah, that was
Landon Miller stands in. He will take high and inside for ball one. There is some activity getting loose. Number 2 is getting loose in the bullpen.
Number 2, that's Spielhagen.
No, it's maybe it's number 21. Their numbers are narrow on the back.
Hang on, let me.
That pitch inside.
It's actually number
And a strike.
23, which is Davis Zunker, game 1 starter. So we did play in our mind.
So what just happened? He didn't call a balk, but he just instructed Salaburu on.
Yeah, he did. And if he's instructing him on don't balk, don't you consider
The
that
1-1.
That's gone!
To
Grand slam, baby!
A grand slam home run for Landon Miller.
Just like that, welcome back,
My
Landon
goodness.
Miller.
He launched it into the trees in left center.
Oh, my goodness. And way to make a mistake turned around in your favor as a big inning has just erupted for the Raiders here in the first. And that was absolutely a no-doubter, even with that being hit into a northerly wind. As Michael mentioned before, the wind shifting, and that was actually causing the wind to come sort of crosswind and almost in. And
Mules fan number 2 checking in from Tanzania. Go Mules. Wow, what a shot by Landon Miller. Reminiscent to that shot he hit at Concordia last year. Pitch misses high for ball 1 to Forcell.
0 miss of the game, the ball in Concordia, and just the same there as he barreled that up and was a no-doubter.
Fastball down the middle for strike 1. Nathan Miller on deck. That is cut on and hit foul down the third baseline for strike 2. 1-2 the count to Forcell.
Yeah, so with one swing of the bat, Landon Miller is able to surpass the total amount of runs that we had in last night's game of 3, and obviously able to do better than that here in the first inning.
A swing and a miss, a drop third strike. Broderick will throw it down to first to complete the strikeout for out number 1. K2-3. And we'll bring up Nathan Miller.
Next up, 22, Nathan Miller.
George Garcia. Momo says, way to go, Raiders from Temple, Texas. Mules fan number 2. That grand slam ball just landed here in my front yard in Tanzania.
Oh, wow.
Mules fan number 1. Wow, what a stroke. Don't give up, Mules. That pitch misses for ball 1. Salaburu from the windup, the 1-0 delivery. That's a fastball down the middle for strike 1. Andrew Sanchez on deck. The 1-1 pitch, that's down and away for ball 2.
Yeah, good pick there from Broderick. Having a little bit of an off night last night was Broderick and Xander, so I wonder if it was just something in the air because
Miller will foul this one back out of play.
Yeah, we saw that.
Cole Glazer attempts to get to it, unable as it goes over the fence.
Yeah, I would say that we definitely saw an inordinate amount of missed balls or catches there at home plate last night. Something that up to this point has not been the case.
2-2. This is cut on and hit over the head. That pops over Salaburu. It's played by Robles in time. 6-3 on the put out of Miller. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Andrew Sanchez.
Now batting number 11, Andrew Sanchez.
Andrew Sanchez riding a 5-game hitting streak as he comes into this Game 3 decider between Alamo Heights and Rouse.
Pitch misses for ball 1. Mules fan number 2. What an astounding play by the one and only Bruno Robles, a stud.
Oh, no doubt.
Pitch down and away for ball 2.
He has shown that he is capable of handling any position out there in the field and going from pitcher over to short. And I remember that play last night, first play back.
That pitch misses low. I think, Jonathan, it's
close. That's what's really close. I mean, it's not missing the plate from my vantage point.
The 3-0, that's inside for ball 4. And Sanchez will draw the walk. That's the second walk issued and the third free pass. Well, not necessarily free. I don't know that you can call a hit by pitch a free pass.
It was going to be.
Kind of stings a little bit.
It was a breaking pitch, so I know it didn't hurt him, right? If anything, you had to check the ball for a dent.
But that's what hurt the Raiders last night was the free passes.
Yes, sir.
2 of the runs that were scored by Alamo Heights were from walks. That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 1 to Solis. That's the first batter that Salaburu has gotten ahead of. Garrett Tullis checking in. Mules on top. Pitch down and away for ball 1. Gavin Silva on deck. Silva, the starting pitcher in Thursday night's game down in San Antonio.
Yeah, and he is finding his way back into the starting third baseman spot tonight.
That pitch outside for ball 2.
Or should I say this afternoon? It's not quite tonight.
A little stark contrast to Salaburu's appearance last night.
Hell, and as I said, it's a new day. New day, new challenges, and he's very much up against a challenge right now.
A 2-1 pitch. That is a check swing, and it's hit back up the middle. That'll be played by Spielhagen. Spielhagen to first in time, and that will retire Solis and the Raiders in the first. But they get 4 runs on 2 hits, and they leave 1. On to the bottom we go. Raiders lead this one 4-0. Gaming Freak checking in. Will Broderick's #1 fan right here. Well, a big shout out to you, sir. Or ma'am. It's Gaming Freak, so I'm not sure.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Fan.
Thanks for checking in.
Yeah, and again, as I mentioned, Gavin Silva finding his way back into the number 5 hole there, the hot corner.
Defensively for the Raiders, on the mound, number 22, Nathan Miller. Behind the plate, number 14, Xander Forcell. At first base, number 8, Oscar Salazar. At second base, number 9, Rainer Heinrich. At third base, number 6, Gavin Silva. At short, number 7, Jacob Solis. In left field, number 31, Adrian Graves. In center field, number 10, Landon Miller. And in right field, number 12, Tyler Espinoza. And I got to have a talk with my bookkeeper here. He failed to put my right fielder in.
Oh, there was a piece of paper covering it. I think that's what it was. It was the other guy's fault.
Yeah, we got to have a talk with him. Doggone guy. Don't miss the final UIL state event of the year, the 2024 State Baseball Tournament, taking place Wednesday, June 5th through the 8th at the Dale Diamond in Round Rock, with Conference 4A games taking place at the historic Dishwalk Field at the University of Texas at Austin campus. For scheduled spectator and ticket information, please visit uiltexas.org/baseball. Again, that's uiltexas.org/baseball. Luke Spielhagen makes his way to the plate to begin the Alamo Heights half of the inning, and that pitch in for strike 1.
Yeah, and Coach Crimpine electing to go with the senior Nathan Miller, who's shown he's been very effective on the mound this year.
That pitch high and outside for ball 1. Mule fan #1, Bruno is truly an incredible player. Way to put on for your city. That is hit out to center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. And the Mules have their lead off the board. Garrett Tullis chiming back at Gaming Freak. Nah, that's me. Dalton Gaming. Shout out to the Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Go Dalton, go Raiders.
Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
Garrett Gonzalez. I'm Fred Labatt's boyfriend. He's the first. I'm not going to say that.
Strike.
That pitch in for a strike to Hunt Conger. Conger shows bunt, lays off, and takes for a strike. Fred Labatt's fan page. Let's go, Freddie.
Able to
Pitch down
stay
and
alive
away.
there. Able to stay alive, fouling it off.
Yeah, fouling it off.
And that's what you have to do sometimes as a really good hitter is, you take that really good pitch, just get enough contact to stay alive in the at-bat and see if the next pitch will enable you to handle something.
Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will retire Conger for out number 1. That'll bring up Bruno Robles.
Yeah, and Coach, again, going with Nathan Miller, as I was mentioning earlier, but having many opportunities and many arms to choose from, Dalton Holbrook still has quite a few pitches available. I would say Henderson went long enough last night that he may be able to be utilized in a small spot, maybe a setup spot.
This is hit into right field. That'll be a base hit for Robles. He jumps on the first pitch. Runners at first and second with 1 out for Yul Salaburu.
But, you got Carter May, you've got Carter O'Neill, you've got Holbrook, Henderson, Gavin even could come in a few pitches if he needed to. But I think Nathan Miller is going to be a strong arm here for the entire game.
Now, he also have Salazar with some pitches in the tank. He went out with 71.
Yes, exactly.
A breaking ball in for a strike.
One thing Nathan does a really good job, he does mix up these pitches. Multiple, 2-seam, 4-seam. He's got the breaking pitch as shown there, off speed.
Curveball in for strike 2. Will Broderick on deck. The 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball sails high for ball 1. Bruno's going to put on for the city. Yes, Poppy. That is cut on and hit back up the middle. Miller tries to barehand it and throws it in time. What a bang play.
And Nathan really just keeping his senses about him as he did try to barehand it and missed it on the first grab. Was able to then pick it up, set his feet, and just unleash a throw down to Oscar. And Salaburu doing everything he could. He dove in trying to get there and beat the play, but was so close.
So that home run by Landon Miller is the second home run for the series for him.
Yes, sir, it is. Game 1 took one out above the trees in the right field.
Broderick will hit this one to second. It'll be played by Heinrich. The throw to first in time. And that will do it for Alamo Heights in the first. They get no runs on 2 hits. They leave 2. And after 1 complete, it's 4-0 Rouse. On to the second we go.
Michael, that's not Rainer Heinrich. That's Air Heinrich.
Air Heinrich. Oh, yeah.
My goodness. If anybody has had a chance to catch some of the plays that he has made, very impressive, athleticism that he showed with a diving, fully laid out catch in game 1 to help clinch that game and sort of shut down Robles and Alamo from making a bit of a run. And then last night, a line drive, he stole one away on a line drive. Well, it looked like he mistimed the jump, I tell you, and he was still able to just keep up there long enough to stab his glove and come down with the ball. So great plays. And Yul Salaburu does make his way back out, hoping to amend for a rough start. And he did actually come in, and after giving up that grand slam to Landon Miller, he was able to settle himself in and showed what he was capable of from the previous night. And, of course, getting a quick little warm-up here. Number 16, Blake Jones, warming up Yul Salaburu, and while Broderick is getting his equipment on and ready.
Meemaw and Papa checking in. Yay, Raiders. Win this one for all the Meemaws and Papas out in Raider Nation. Due up for the Raiders Gavin Silva, Rainer Heinrich, and Tyler Espinoza. That's the 9, 1, and 2 hitters for the Raiders.
Leading off the inning for the Raiders, number 6, Gavin Silva.
Yeah, you're on a good way to victory if you can bring 8 batters to the plate every inning, as Raiders were able to do there in the first.
That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 1. The only thing we ask on the chat is that you keep it clean, and we don't need to badmouth either team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, we definitely want to keep it clean, and we've been able to do that up to this point this year. And, you know, we greatly, greatly appreciate everybody that does participate in the chat. And there's a little foul ball to bring the count to 1-2 against Gavin Silva.
Back to the top of the order, second baseman, number 9, Rainer Heinrich.
So, got us back. All right, so Gavin Silva ended up striking out.
Sorry, I had to step away, folks. Not able to give you the play-by-play update on that. And we do currently have a 2-0 count to...
Okay, hold on. Pull the chat up and so you can delete this stuff. That pitch inside for ball 2. Actually, ball 3. Hey, if we can't keep the chat clean, we have to turn it off, and please, Bentley Edwards, do not do that again. Ball 4, and Rainer Heinrich will draw the walk.
Now batting right fielder, number 12, Tyler Espinoza.
Veronica Arnold checking in. Let's go Raiders. Thank you for all you guys do. Thank you, Veronica. We appreciate that.
All right, sorry. Did get a walk. Okay.
Yeah, we do have a walk.
So make that adjustment again, folks. Doing what we can to keep y'all updated here as the game goes, and I think we got it good. We 1 out, 1 on.
That pitch down and away for ball 1 to Tyler Espinoza. Espinoza with a single. He's 1 for 1. Heinrich headed down to second, and he is in safely as the hop on the throw from Broderick took Spielhagen's glove high, and Rainer Heinrich was able to slide in under. And he will pick up the stolen base. One and one, the count to Espinoza. The 1-1 pitch. That'll get the outside corner for strike 2.
Good pitch.
Oscar Salazar on deck. The 1-2 pitch. That is cut on and hit into right field. Rainer Heinrich rounds third, and he's headed for home. Espinoza with an RBI single.
I missed my opportunity there, Michael. I was just about to say that, you know, even though Robles was out of position on Tyler Espinoza's first at-bat that enabled Tyler to get the hit, sometimes that's all you need to see is one ball make its way through the infield and one opportunity, and then to capitalize on that and feel refreshed as a batter. And it shows right there as he was able to drive that one into the right center gap.
Oscar Salazar will stand in. He's 0 for 0. He drew a walk his first time up. Hit and run in play, and he will foul that one away for strike one.
Yeah, the hit and run's been extremely effective for the Raiders throughout these playoffs and not really showing any issues with taking advantage of each of those opportunities.
Nana checking in. Way to go, Raiders. Salazar will hit this one out deep to right center. Parks Zunker over and makes the catch.
Yeah, and again, deep into right center, but we're 375 to dead center, so decent sized park, but with the arm of Park Zunker, Tyler doing the proper thing and only going halfway, knowing you wouldn't have been able to tag up on that arm.
Yeah, if we'd been playing at Alamo Heights, that would have probably been off the fence with 361 to straightaway center. It's 375 here.
Yes, sir.
So he
and again, 361 to dead center to 300 right down the line, 305. So it actually tapers inward. So you're losing.
Landon Miller at the plate. The throw over to first, not in time, as Espinoza gets back in safely. Miller 1 for 1 with a grand slam home run to his credit. That pitch gets the outside corner for strike one. The throw over to first. That will get by Espinoza. Espinoza at first. He'll get by Cole Glazer, but not far enough that Espinoza was going to take off for second. They tripped over each other. Nothing in one, the count to Miller. Sander Forcell on deck. That pitch high and outside for ball one, and that will even the count up. 1 on with 2 outs here in the top of the second. The 1-1 pitch coming up. Salaburu taking a long look in, and he'll deal that pitch down and away. The throw from Broderick to second, in and out of the glove of Spielhagen, is Espinoza will pick up a stolen base.
All right, I think I've got it up. Okay, looks like we're now squared up. Sorry again, folks. I'm
the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike two.
Having to do some quick engineering modifications here, and
Deuce is wild for Landon Miller.
Not able to keep the scoreboard 100% up, as my man Big Lou Diaz pointed out to me earlier. Thank you, Lou.
Swing and a miss for strike three, and that will do it for the Raiders second. They get 1 run on 1 hit, and they leave 1. After 1.5, the Raiders 5, the Mules nothing. Nana checking in, Jonathan. She lets us know, thank you for remembering I'm Nana. You two are awesome. Thank you for the kind words,
yes,
Nana.
Ma'am. And we really appreciate having you on the chat.
Mule fan number 1, let's go Mules. Get back into this game. This season depends on it. Donna Bashara checking in. Let's go Mules. It is a win or go home for both teams here this afternoon. The winner will advance to face Cedar Park. The loser, their season will be over. And that's kind of the unfortunate side of it is early in these, you have some great teams that if they were in other areas of the state, they may make a deeper run into the playoffs. But the baseball here in the Central Texas area is just really good. And so you get a lot of good teams that face each other in the bi-district and area rounds, even through the regional qualifier, that any of those teams could advance and make deeper runs into the state.
Well, and to elaborate on that, you see a situation 25-5A, 26-5A. We've seen this over and over again. New Braunfels Canyon versus Raiders the last several years. Bernie Champion, Smithson Valley coming out of that same area. They're unbelievably strong teams, all top 25 teams. And then you turn around this year and you have Kerrville-Tivy, the number 4 seed out of 26-5A, matched up against Liberty Hill, the number 1 seed in 25-5, and they beat them straight games and go on to win the next series in straight games. So,
due up for the Mules in the second, Hunter Jones, Albert Colglazer, and Blake Botter. Richard Bergner checking in. Our bats need to wake up. Come on, Mules. Nathan Miller back out on the mound to pitch the second. That first pitch in for a strike, which I thought was a little bit high.
Yeah, well, you don't know until you got to wait the few seconds for the home plate umpire to make the call.
His strike call a little delayed. Now, that must be a makeup pitch because that one was a strike.
Yeah,
and
that was right over the plate.
Ball, so, okay. Well, that's probably about right. The 1-1, that pitch
was just the
on
same
the
as
inside
the
corner for a strike. 1-2, the count to Jones. Jones, the designated hitter for the Mules. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will do it for Hunter Jones, and out number 1.
Yeah, and once again, in true Raider fashion, 4 pitches, and a quick strikeout literally happening within about a 15 to 20 second time span as Nathan Miller is working very quick off the mound.
The first pitch to Colglazer outside for ball 1. Blake Botter on deck. That pitch in for a strike. 1-1 the count to Colglazer. Botter moving down in the order from leadoff. Pitch down and away for ball 2 to the number 8 hitter.
Ball 1.
Was it ball 1?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, 1 and 2's the count.
My bad.
Now 2-2.
Now 2-2.
Yeah, and Colglazer.
As he went 0 for 4, and then he struggled in game 1 as well. The 2-2 pitch. This is cut on and hit out to right field.
Wind assisted.
Tyler Espinoza tracks it and makes the catch, and that will do it for Colglazer on a deep fly to right.
It's always one you got to be careful of as an outfielder. It's a righty batter hitting what is an opposite field hit with the wind assist. Ball's going to tail right away to begin with, and then you get the wind behind it, and it's always difficult to really know exactly where to meet that ball as an outfielder, and Tyler even getting spun around on that one, but still able to make the catch.
Botter will take for a strike on the outside corner. Park Zunker on deck. The 0-1 pitch, that's high and outside for ball 1. That will even things up at 1.
And I could definitely say I remember in game 1, Botter sort of at the mercy of some unfortunate calls on his part.
Pitch inside.
Hits him.
Actually hits him.
Huh. Okay. That's one way to get on.
Now we'll bring up Parks Zunker.
Next up,
and Luke Spielhagen on deck.
Coach Boyd having a quick little meeting with Parks just to make sure he understands the situation. It's not really a bunt advancement unless he can lay one down. And we talked about this previously. Gavin Silva is playing not necessarily deep, but he's also not playing at bunt depth. So if he can lay a bunt down the third base line with his speed.
That is cut on and played up the middle. Solis has it to throw to first in time, and that will do it for the Mules in the second. They get no runs on no hits. They leave one after 2 complete. It's 5-0 Rouse. On to the second we go, our third we go. We want to recognize our double and triple sponsors. Austin Summit Group, Terry McDaniel and Company Investment, and Team Guerrero. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. We also want to recognize our triple sponsors, B to Z Engineering and 4 Wheel Parts. Thank you for your generous support of Rouse Raider baseball here in the playoffs.
Yes, sir. We know we couldn't do it without you and without your help and support.
Yul Salaburu back out on the mound to pitch the third. Due up for the Raiders in the third. Forcell, Miller, and Sanchez.
Robles is out there politicking with the umpires. That was funny. They're all having their little umpire powwow session there, and Robles walks over and starts cutting up with the guys. I saw them smiling and shaking their heads, so that's always really good to see that the boys are able to go out there and interact with the umps. And
well, it's like what you think they're talking about something important maybe, and they're probably out there saying, "Where do y'all want to go eat after we get done with
y'all
this?"
gonna come join us? Depends on what kind of game they have, I think.
Yeah, it's like, no, I can't make it. I got a birthday party I got to go to, or I got to go shop for Mother's Day. So
nothing better than Bull Durham.
Forcell is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. He'll foul this one away for strike 1.
Man, we're dealing with some crazy stuff out here. We got wedding gifts we got to figure out. He thinks his glove is cursed.
Right. 0-1, that's down and away for ball 1. Tony Lucero checking in. Congratulations, Vincent Perez, on his senior year. 1-1. This is hit out to center field. This will hop in front of Parks Zunker and not get over his head, but
yeah, he was able to body that one up. I don't know that was by choice, though. He did similar to what Landon Miller did with the first batter, Spielhagen hitting that line drive shot. He dives in ready to try to make the catch and realizes he's not going to be able to. But when you stop and you're dealing with a turf field, that first bounce is normally pretty strong. And he was able to keep the body in front and stop it from getting over his head.
That'll bring up Nathan Miller. Miller's 0 for 1.
And then we do have Dawson Snow, the courtesy runner.
Courtesy running.
For Xander Forcell.
Forcell, the catcher for the Raiders. Nathan Miller is 0 for 1. He grounded to short his first time up.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably couldn't pick up on it on the camera, but Xander getting the high five treatment as he got to first and came down the line, and all the Raiders players are sitting out there with their hands up. So he just made the run down the line.
Salaburu deals high for ball 1 to Miller. Andrew Sanchez on deck.
Still even more folks making their way into the ballpark.
1-0 the count. The throw over to first will not be in time as Snow dives back in safely.
And we got several of the Raider alumni making their way down for this game. I see Joe and Lucas Sparshoe. And
Miller will hit this one into right field. That'll be a base hit.
Drew Forcell over there with the guys hanging out.
Umpire calls time.
Number 11, Andrew Sanchez.
Runners at first and second with no outs here in the top of the third. Raiders leading this one 5-0. Jacob Solis on deck. Sanchez drew a walk his first time up.
Here's another Raider hitter that if he is able to square up with a pitch can send it a long way.
Sadaburu from the stretch. He'll get the outside corner for strike one. Throw back to second. Not in time.
Tell you what, on the previous pitch, Spielhagen again was playing right in the left pocket of Yul Salaburu, right next to the mound. And Andrew Sanchez not looking to lay a bunt down at all. And honestly, with that outside pitch, if he'd have taken a hack at that and made contact, that could have been a rough situation for Spielhagen.
Swing and a miss for strike two, and Sanchez quickly in an 0-2 hole. Nothing in two, the count to Sanchez. Salaburu checks Snow at second. He'll come home. That pitch misses just barely outside.
Yeah, a little outside, possibly even a little low, but
1-2.
Andrew not offering it that one, looking to stay alive here.
The 1-2 pitch. This is hit out to left.
The hands.
And that will be caught by Blake Botter.
Yeah, just in on the hands of that one. He's well out ahead of it, and just enough contact
Number
to
7, Jacob Solis.
just a little flare is all that was.
That'll bring up Jacob Solis. He is 0 for 1. He grounded to second his first time up to end the first. Gavin Silva on deck. The first pitch to Solis high and outside for ball one. Jonathan, do you have a pitch count for us?
Sure can have the pitch count. Again, 18 pitches was his count for
last night.
And with him going pretty deep into multiple counts, even in the first inning, he is currently at 62, so 80 total pitches. So he's here in the third inning.
The 1-0 to Solis, a swing and a miss for strike one.
He's already up against a 30 total pitch allowance remaining.
That pitch
Oh,
was a ball, and it's Broderick throws it into center field.
Wow, and nobody was covering. Actually, Broderick was looking because the snow was well off the bag and was diving back, which made Broderick feel that he needed to throw it down, but nobody was covering. Almost actually hit Snow in the helmet when he dove down to slide in and was able to pop up and make his way to third. And
that pitch was a ball. 2-1 the count to Solis. Sadaburu will step off. That's Trey Schluter.
Oh, Trey, there you go, number 5. Trey followed right behind Dawson Snow, was able to motor into second.
Solis with a 2-1 count. 2 on with runners at second and third with 1 out.
And honestly, that second ball to him was, again, another very close pitch that really could have gone either way. Still low and outside, but very close to the zone.
It's interesting. You've got the same crew for all 3 games, and each umpire, their zones are completely different. 2-1, that's high. Throw down to third, not in time as it was being covered by Bruno Robles.
Yeah, a little sneak throw there. Broderick actually put it exactly where he needed to, just not able to handle it.
Well, he was running from a sprint to cover the bag as Laswell was playing the bunt. That is fouled off for strike 2, and the count evens at 2.
Yeah, it's one of those plays that you'll see the defenses work on over and over again just to make it so much repetition that it's like second nature to make that throw down and cover.
The full count, the payoff pitch coming up. That's high for ball 4, and that will load the bases.
Next up, third baseman,
Much to the
number
angst
6,
of
Gavin Silva.
some of the faithful Mule fans in the stand, as they did not agree with the call.
Yep, but I like the way they put it. They weren't ugly about it. They just said be better.
Be better.
Be better. It's a good way of putting it out there without being too vulgar.
Mule fan checking in. Lock in, Mules. Someone needs to invest in glasses for the umpires. Pitch in for ball 1 to Gavin Silva. Silva 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second to start the second.
I heard one of the little sayings that would be thrown at an umpire, and the catcher was like, "Hey, you got your phone on you?" He goes, "Man, no, I don't have my phone on you." He goes, "Yeah, I figured because you missed that call." That's like that one. That's a good one. You missed the call, Blue, because you didn't have your phone on you. So Gavin coming in place of Diego Gayton, who started last night. Diego getting an opportunity to hit for himself. And then here we have Gavin Silva.
Silva will take a fastball down the middle for strike 1.
Relieving Diego in that spot and also being able to hit for himself, which we did see Andrew Sanchez really being the DH throughout the entire year and hitting for Gavin in multiple spots.
The 1-1 pitch, that's down and away for ball 2. Rainer Heinrich on deck. Two and 1, the count to Silva. Salaburu toes in on the mound. The 2-1 pitch, that is hit back up the middle. The throw home, to get 1, the throw to first to get 2. And that will do it for the Raiders as Silva hits into a double play. That will go 1, 2, 2, 3 on the double play.
Yeah,
and
great
the
play from
Raiders,
Salaburu there.
Raiders get no runs on 2 hits, and they leave 2. After 2.5, it's 5-0 Rouse.
Yeah, great opportunity there for the Raiders with the runners in scoring position. And, again, just one play. Yul Salaburu doing a great job being composed there, knowing exactly what he needed to do on going home with the bases loaded, and then doing it fast enough to enable Broderick to make the double play happen. And again, keep the force alive in both situations.
Nathan Miller back out on the mound, due up for the Mules in their half of the third. Spielhagen, Conger, and Robles. Snoop Daniel checking in. Rowdy Raiders. Rob Carr, howdy everyone. How's the game going? And Rob Carr, who's pitching for the Mules? Yul Salaburu is on the mound. They trail right now, Rob, 5-0.
And Rob, and he
thanks in large part to a grand slam by Landon Miller back in the first.
Yeah, and again, seeing quite a few pitches there. He's at 84 right now is Yul Salaburu, so we'll see how much longer he's able to go. We did see earlier Davis Zunker getting warmed up.
Swing and a miss from Spielhagen for strike 1. Spielhagen 1 for 1 with a leadoff single back in the first. Richard Bergner checking in. That was a heck of a double play. Yes, it was. Go Mules. That is fouled away for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch is cut on and missed for strike 3, and that will retire Spielhagen. That is the third strikeout for Miller this afternoon.
Number 8.
Hunt Conger will come up to the plate. He is 0 for 1. He is one of those strikeout victims. He struck out back in the first.
And a monster swing and a miss there for strike 1 against Conger.
That is hit out to center field. That'll be a base hit for Conger.
Now batting shortstop, number 13.
Took a
Bruno
little
Robles.
off the swing there, but very effective to be able to drop that right in front of Landon Miller in the outfield.
That'll bring up Bruno Robles. He's 1 for 1 with a single.
Yeah, and he jumped on first pitch, if I'm not mistaken, his
He
first
did.
time through the at-bat, or first at-bat, excuse me, this only being the second time that they've been able to come up or come through the lineup.
Salaburu on deck. First pitch, that is swung on early and hit foul down the first base line.
Yeah, I think the bat actually came back and made contact with Xander. Robles checking on him, making sure he's okay. Yeah, they're
John Budenholzer checking in. Bruno's going to hit a home run right here. Well, we got a caller on this one, Jonathan. So he is prognosticating.
Budenholzer Stradamus.
Budenholzer Stradamus. Nostradamus. Budenholzer. How about John Stradamus?
There we go.
That rolls
John
off
Stradamus.
a little easier. That pitch high and outside for ball 1.
And we won't hold that against you if he's able to draw a walk here and not have an opportunity. So, that doesn't go against your prediction capabilities.
Conger extends his lead at first. A breaking ball sails high for ball 2. 2-1 the count.
Tell you what, it has turned out to be a beautiful day. Overcast, right now. So making it a little bit more manageable for the
swing and a miss. And the bat comes flying out of Robles' hands, much like it did out of Rainer Heinrich's hands last night.
Yes.
It's 2-2.
Yeah, wildly, though, that pitch was just the same as first pitch that he swung and missed, and high and inside, breaking in towards the left-handed bat of Robles. And, yeah, Pine Tar, here we come. As he doctors up his bat to get himself a better grip.
2-2 count to Robles. Rob Carr got the money line on the Mules. Better not sell my bread.
Who was that? The catcher, Brent, with the pine tar got called out because he had too much pine tar.
George Brett.
George Brett, there you go. I was like, man, George Brett's probably looking at that pine tar line on that bat going, hey, man, it's a little bit wider than the plate. I think that's what they used, right? They set it down and looked at how much was on it.
That pitch misses for ball 3. Robles works it back full. Payoff pitch coming up. Miller comes set. Payoff pitch, a breaking ball cut on and missed, and that will retire Robles. We're out number 2. Mule fan, Cade Berry checking in. Shout out to the great announcers. Thank you very much. Mule fan, Bruno has so much power he can't even hold on to the bat. Stage act.
I like that. Yes.
Stage act, right?
Yeah, that is. I believe it. He is a stud over there, man. It's a big guy.
Budenholzer, no.
Yeah, so John
Stradamus didn't quite make it. That pitch outside for ball 1 to Salaburu. Hey, he's 0 for 1. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up.
I wouldn't have minded seeing it, put a charge into this game and really liven it up.
Yeah, last night was such a contest between these two. That will hit him in the back, and that'll be the second hit batter by Miller.
Yeah, he's just not happy with himself at all.
Put 2 on board for Will Broderick.
Next up, number 27, Will Broderick.
Broderick is 0 for 1. He grounded to second his first time up.
Yeah, and immediately he's like, get rid of that ball. I think there was a seams issue on the ball, just not really getting the grip that he wanted for Nathan Miller as he immediately walks in and
10,
lets Xander know, hey, man, don't use that ball anymore. So Xander tossed it to the dugout.
So we have a courtesy runner for the pitcher. It's number 10, or is it number 20? Number 10.
Number 10, Frederick Labatt.
Frederick Labatt has entered the game. Rock guard charged the mound. Swing and a miss for strike one from Broderick. Carson Voigt checking in. Alamo Heights parents. Let's go. They're having fun. Everybody's having fun. That is hit foul down the first baseline for strike two. Okay, now we get. Come on, we can't have that, Carson. Please don't be doing that. We have that kind of trash talk on here. We'll have to turn the chat line off and spoil it for the fans that are enjoying it. John Budenholzer, the speedster. Go ahead and delete the other one he said, too. Nothing in two, the count. That pitch outside for ball one.
Let's keep it clean, folks. It's always great to have the chat going, and we really love hearing from everybody, and we want to keep that going.
It is fouled away. And the count will remain 1-2.
Yep. Sorry, Carson, you're gone.
That pitch misses outside for ball two, and Deuce is wild for Broderick. That pitch fouled away. Boo Corrigan checking in. Boo Carson. All right. Yeah, we don't want that on there. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone.
We're good, folks. We got it.
Okay.
The 2-2 pitch misses outside, and Broderick works it back full. Two on with two out here in the bottom of the third. The payoff pitch, that is fouled off as he spoils a great pitch by Nathan Miller.
And, of course, as would be expected with a full count, 2 outs, runners are moving at the first part of the pitch.
Davis checking in. Carson is cooked. Yes, he is.
Is that the Cade Davis?
It would be.
It's even spelled the same.
The payoff pitch misses low and inside. It looked like a pretty good pitch for ball four.
At the plate, designated hitter number 19, Hunter Jones.
That'll load the bases for the Mules in the third. Coach Crepine is going to make his way out to the mound. Dalton Holbrook may be headed to the bullpen. Dalton Holbrook came on for an inning and a third of relief in Thursday night's game. Carson's dad checking in. Carson, that was unacceptable. Mule fan number one. Excuse me, Christian Gomez. My name is Mule fan number one. Please don't try and take my name.
They jumped in earlier. I'm Mule fan number one.
Richard
Up
Berger,
top.
come on the bat. John Budenholzer, pitcher's getting nervous here. Great at bat
Hey, it's
by not A.H. Mule baseball. Yes, it was a great at bat.
and it's definitely a high intense situation. I mean, even though you've got a 5-0 lead, you know, it shows how much this really means to these guys, and you know, trying to keep their head right and mind clear and really focused on what they have to do. And you know, 2 outs, he's 1 out away, 1 swing away.
That is fouled back out of play by Hunter Jones. Hunter Jones is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Garrett Gonzalez, Cade, is Mr. Beast. That pitch fouled back for strike 2. Bases loaded with Mules for Hunter Jones. Thanks for the donation, Cade. That is hit back up the middle. Solis has it. Oh, it's in and out of his glove. 1 run is scored. A second run will come in on the error by Jacob Solis.
Just like that, they're able to put a good-sized dent in the lead for the Raiders, and we are still just in the bottom of the third.
A 5-2 ball game. As Solis will hit into a fielder's choice. Or not Solis, I mean Jones hits into a fielder's choice. That is popped up and possibly playable. Oscar Salazar in foul territory. He'll make the catch, and that will do it for the Mules in the third. But they get 2 runs on 1 hit, and they leave 2. On to the fourth we go. Raiders leading it 5-2. We want to take this opportunity to recognize our home run sponsors. Home run sponsors, Tumble 22 out of Cedar Park, Mode Design Company, Oots Environmental, Toyota of Cedar Park, and Macac Ford in Georgetown. We also want to recognize our Grand Slam sponsors. Pulley offers Texas construction teams a new take on building permitting. As your expediter, Ashley Knight ensures accurate permit requirements, fewer rounds of comments, and full visibility at every step, so you can break ground sooner. Faster permits in Texas starting today. Energy for Purpose. We perform energy audits for a purpose, stewarding energy use to impact the most vulnerable. Thank you for your valuable support of Rouse Raider baseball here in the playoffs. Yul Salaburu back out on the mound to pitch the fourth. Due up for the Raiders in the fourth. Rainer Heinrich, Tyler Espinosa, and Oscar Salazar.
And so again, back to the top of the lineup here for the Raiders. They were able to be very successful on getting some base runners in the first inning, part of which was some rough pitching and other parts were good hits, and see if they can't repeat that here.
Rainer Heinrich will come to the plate. He's been hit by a pitch and walked. He will hit this one back up the middle. This will be hit up into center field. That'll be a base hit for Rainer Heinrich.
And just like that, 1 swing, 1 rope of a ball, and makes it out into center field. Spielhagen doing what he could to try to cut that ball down, but just outside of his reach or his diving reach.
Oh, we're being tagged here, Jonathan. Cade Berry, get Rob out of here, Cade Berry. Oh, we got a fake Cade Berry in here. John Budenholzer, where's Cade Berry's sponsorship? Thank you, Cade Berry, for your sponsorship of Rouse Raider playoff baseball. And so the Alamo Heights Mules, that pitch in for strike 1 to Tyler Espinosa. The Mule fan number 1. Which is the real one? Craig James. Uh-oh, Raiders. Wait a minute. Is that the real Craig James? Salaburu will deal. Espinosa shows a bunt, lays off for strike 2. 0-2 the count. Salaburu comes set. The 0-2 pitch. That is fouled away as
Stay alive.
Espinoza spoils a good pitch.
Yes, he did, and a bit fooled on that one as he just sort of had to stab at that one deep in the back of the box to make contact just to foul it off.
1 on with no outs here in the top of the 4th. The Raiders leading this one 5-2. Throw over to first, not in time.
Oh, interesting. Broderick almost looked like he was trying to stand up and call timeout. I don't know if that was maybe his sign to try the pick play. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out on that.
And Salazar on deck. That pitch outside for ball 1.
Yeah, and he hit his spot, did Salaburu. Broderick was actually set up almost completely outside of the little catcher's box that is right behind home plate, and he got what he wanted. He definitely got it outside, but Tyler not chasing.
1-2. The pitch. This is lifted high into right field.
There's that
Conger
wind.
Makes the catch, and Heinrich will head back to first on the fly out to right. 1 away for Oscar Salazar. Salazar has walked and flown out to center. Landon Miller on deck. Yeah, let's keep this chat clean. I mean, you can trade barbs back and forth, but please keep the language clean. Salazar will call time and step out as Ewell taking his time on the mound. I guess he was having Broderick run back through the signs.
And again, setting up.
That pitch way outside.
I just don't know why they think that.
For ball 1.
I mean, there's definitely setting up outside, and then there's setting up outside, and that was the latter of the two there.
Heinrich takes off to second. The throw down to second will not be in time. Another hop. Had the throw been clean all the way to the bag, Heinrich would have been out.
Yeah, it's so funny watching the difference between playing on natural surface and then your turf. I mean, Rainer Heinrich was 3/4 of the way there when he started his slide and slid the remaining 20 feet. And again, a better throw would have definitely cut him down, but can't do that on dirt. It's more of a dive and
2-0 the count to Salazar. The 2-0 pitch. That's down and away for ball 3. Heinrich extends his lead at second. Nobody really holding him on. Salazar will lay off and take a strike.
Yeah, 3-0 count, looking to take all the way, but getting the bat out there as if he was going to bunt just to try to throw the line of sight off from Ewell Salaburu.
Salaburu comes set. The 3-1 pitch. That's outside for ball 4, and Salazar will draw his second walk of the afternoon.
Coming to the plate for the Raiders, number 10, Landon Miller.
Landon Miller will come to the plate. He is 1 for 2. He has a grand slam home run and a strikeout to his credit.
Yeah, would love to see him shorten up here, drive something to opposite field, as Salaburu has been really trying to paint that outer corner this afternoon.
And Craig James going old school. We need a pitcher, not a belly itcher. He said belly itched, but I think he intended for pitcher, right? Yeah.
And maybe no broken ladders here.
Fastball. This is hit deep to left. This could be gone again. No, it falls short of the fence. But that'll see Rainer Heinrich round third, and he's headed for home. The throw home, not in time. The throw to third.
Oh, he got
Salazar.
He didn't get him on the initial slide from Oscar.
But he slid over the bag.
Yeah, he slid really nicely out away from Massey.
That will go 2-5 on the put out of Salazar, but a run will score.
Coming up to bat, number 14, Xander.
On that double by Landon Miller.
Yeah, and all the runners needed to really hold up. That's why you didn't really see him taking off. I mean, you could tell that it was very deeply hit, but again, that wind just doing enough to hold it to a one-hopper off the left field fence, and that saw Rainer Heinrich then try to put it in the high gear, and he was able to beat the throw home, but they did get Oscar.
That'll bring up Xander Forcell. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. He will take for ball 1 on a pitch down and away.
Of course, Xander, his last at bat, driving one deep to center. Nice line drive shot that almost bounced over the head of Parks Zunker.
That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 1, and that will even the count at 1.
Boy, that was an even longer delay than normal. I was like, come on, that's a strike, right?
Carson's dad, Rob, I can't tell if you're a Mule fan or a Raider fan.
He's a fan of baseball, right?
Not Alamo Heights baseball, says Craig, you smell bad. That is fouled off for strike 2.
And Xander just missing that one, really wanting another opportunity at that pitch. As it was inside and one he could really turn on and drive deep to left. But
Rob says they call me Gamma sometimes. Left field is Botter, right field is Hunt Conger. Yes, that is correct. I don't know. Did we call Conger? Conger's in right. So
Conger's in right. Yeah, I had mentioned Zunker.
Yeah, Zunker's
Parks
in center,
Zunker in center a moment ago with the last at bat from Xander Forcell.
Forcell will foul this one away. Laura Salabu checking in. Go Mules. Mules fan number 2. Hello, Brian. Count still at 1-2. Nathan Miller on deck. 1 on with 2 outs. Landon Miller at second base. He will call time.
Yeah, he could only put the bat out there so many times before Salaburu was going to decide to pitch.
Do we have a pitch count?
Exactly where I was headed just now. Yes, sir.
The 1-2 pitch. This is fouled back out of play, and wow, he spoiled a really good pitch right there.
He's 4
Broderick
away.
will call time.
He is 4 away.
Parks Zunker might be the best looking guy out there.
Yeah, he's 4 away, and from the looks of it, Davis Zunker is ready to go as he has already completed his warm-up pitches. I would suspect that this will be Xander's last, Salaburu's last batter.
Dana Bashara, Mules up. Salaburu takes a long look in. I got Davis Zunker in my head. Xander will call time again.
Of course, Davis Zunker being game 1 starter, who only was able to go 1 2/3.
The 1-2 pitch. This is hit out to deep left center. Botter will track it and make the catch, and that will do it for the Raider 4th. They get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1. After 3.5, it's 6-2. Rouse on to the bottom we go. 2 up for the Mules in the 4th. Botter, Zunker, and Spielhagen. I'm going to take this opportunity to recognize our Grand Slam sponsor, GPS Legends Baseball, or not Grand Slam, walk-off level sponsor, GPS Legends Baseball. With over 50 years of professional playing experience on staff, we help young men find their direction on and off the field. It's bigger than baseball. And we want to thank Brandon Puffer and the fine staff at GPS Legends Baseball for their sponsorship. I encourage you to buy his book, From the Bullpen to the State Pen, a story of playing in the major leagues and making some bad choices to finding redemption and then paying it back to the young men around the ATX area that that are playing baseball.
Yeah, he's touched a lot of hearts and a lot of minds and been able to give some of his wisdom through his years of experience, and it's greatly appreciated, I know, by the players that have come through his program.
Yeah, he's really a great guy. You can find it on Amazon for $14.99. His story somewhat kind of reminds me of Josh Hamilton with the Rangers. You know, he's such a stud coming out of high school and had a lot of talent and made a lot of poor choices and found redemption and then made it back to the Rangers. Blake Botter will stand in. He has been hit by a pitch so far. He will take for strike one, a breaking ball down the middle.
Why is the lag is all of a sudden?
That is hit to short. The throw to first is not in time. And Botter will get a leadoff single.
What's
Now batting number 4, Parks Zunker.
that's yours?
Yeah, that's probably just me. I don't know.
Yeah, mine's showing good. Okay, I'm like looking down at you, like, why is it?
Is it doing that? Mules fan. Wait a minute, that's not the right Mule fan number 1. I think these commentators are biased. That pitch fouled back for strike one from Parks Zunker. He is 0 for 1. He is grounded to short. Well, I will tell you, Mules fan 1 and not Mules fan number 1. We're not biased, but we are a Rouse broadcast. And so we've been, I've been doing it for 11 years for the Rouse Raiders as a volunteer.
And I'm 4 years in.
He's 4 years in as a volunteer. And
I love the game of baseball.
We are a Rouse broadcast, but we try to keep it as neutral as possible, but it is a home broadcast.
Yeah, we recognize great play, whether that be an opponent that we are playing against or our own guys. And
2-1 the count to Zunker. 1 on with no outs here in the bottom of the 4th. That pitch way outside for ball 3.
And not seeing any activity in the bullpen for the Raiders as of right now. Of course, Botter getting on with the throw from Jacob Solis, not really charging that.
That is hit back up the middle off the mound and into center field. And Parks will get his first base hit of the afternoon.
Back to the top of the order for the Mules, number 2, Luke Spielhagen.
Carson's dad really needs a Caniac combo with watching this game. That does sound good. Richard Bergner, Sweet Botter with the leadoff single. Way to break out of the 0 for 4 slump from last night. Mules fan number 2. What's a Caniac combo? We don't have that over here in Tanzania. Raising Cane's has the Caniac combo. It's a chicken restaurant here.
I didn't even know what that
Louisiana.
was, just because I don't care for Raising Cane's. It's not my chicken of choice.
That'll bring up Luke Spielhagen. He's 1 for 2. He has struck out and singled. Forsell will call time.
And just as I mentioned earlier, didn't really see any activity, but I do show Dalton Holbrook is now up in the bullpen for the Raiders.
And pitch outside for ball 1.
Of course, Dalton Holbrook coming in relief of Gavin Silva during game 1, and then was relieved by Carter May to finish out the game. He only went 1 in the 3rd inning, so did Holbrook. So quite a few pitches left in the tank for him.
Spielhagen shows bunt, lays off, and will get called for a strike. Raising Cane's is one of my. I know Jonathan doesn't like it, but I do. Their crinkle fries, I think, are some of the best in the area. Unlike Carson's dad, who goes for the extra bread, I go no slaw, no toast, extra fries when I do eat Cane's. That is popped up and hit out to left field. Adrian Graves will make the catch, and that will retire Spielhagen for out number 1.
Yes, sir. And, of course, shallow left field, so that did not allow any advancement of the runners.
Next up.
So good job there of getting the weak fly ball from Nathan Miller as he's really trying to dial himself back in here. And
Nana encouraging everybody to watch the game. They want to talk about chicken. This one is hit into left. Graves has it. He'll make the throw in. And the bases are loaded as Conger will pick up his second hit.
And that will immediately draw a visit to the mound. Maybe not. No, Crimpin was looking to maybe make his way out there, but then stopped.
Bases loaded.
And now he's coming. Okay.
For Bruno Robles.
Or not. I don't know. Is Crimp? I think he's delaying the move out there to give Holbrook a few more pitches.
And that will be it for Nathan Miller. And Dalton Holbrook is on his way out to the field.
Yes, it is. And, okay, so I think that's what the decision was. Okay, so we do have a double move here. Dawson Snow is actually coming in to relieve who? Dawson Snow's making his way to the outfield.
For Graves?
Dalton Holbrook, yes, okay, he is coming in to replace Adrian Graves in left field. Dalton Holbrook has made his way in as the new pitcher for the Rouse Raiders.
Now pitching for the Raiders.
All right, so let's take this opportunity, Jonathan, and do a UIL
spot. Yes, sir. With the three amigos.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
And a word from the UIL as we are required to play those in the playoffs. Yes, as
they do possess good bits of information though for the folks at home.
So every series it costs the Rouse Raider Booster Club $250 to be able to live stream, and that's only if we get permission from the UIL to do so, get approval from them.
Yeah, NFHS is the
exclusive
rights holder
with the UIL
for video. Now, obviously, we're still able to do audio no matter what. But audio without video makes it a little harder. So,
John Stradamus checking back in. He's saying Bruno going to hit a homer for sure this time.
Okay, here we go.
He's projecting a grand slam.
Grand slam of their own, huh? Well, now we have a lefty-on-lefty matchup here. Dalton Holbrook facing off against the left-handed bat of Bruno Robles.
1 for 2. He has a single and a strikeout.
And will he offer at the first pitch again as he has the first 2 at-bats?
A breaking ball, changeup. Swung on and missed for strike 1.
And I think the scouting report was out. No fastball first pitch to Robles.
Nothing in 1, the count to Robles. Bases loaded with 1 out. Pitch outside for ball 1.
Of course, Robles crowding that plate as he does a lot of times, or as a lot of good left-handed batters will do, especially against a left-handed pitcher. help protect against that outside pitch.
1-1. A fastball down the middle for strike 2.
One of the hardest matchups you'll face as a left-handed batter is when you deal with a three-quarter or sidearm pitcher, left-handed pitcher.
The 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball. This is lifted high to right. Espinoza makes the catch. The throw in will get a run home. And the Mules will pick up a run on that sacrifice fly from Robles.
Now batting number
So able to
24.
get a run in there was Robles, but not quite the John Stradamus call of a grand slam. But don't think we didn't second.
Runners on the corners, 6-3. Melinda Shore checking in. Thank you, Rouse Booster Club, for letting us watch from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. And Mules fan number 17. That's on you, John. Salaburu will foul that one off. He's 0 for 1. He has been hit by a pitch and grounded back to the pitcher.
Hey, all I can say is he's putting himself out there, right? He's trying. He's trying to bring it into existence.
That pitch misses outside for a ball.
And he did. He gave the little show of an outside pitch there.
Oh, where is our scoreboards? Somebody's saying the scoreboard's
Yep,
gone.
it did blink out, and then it just came back.
It just came back. Not sure. Modern technology, you just got to love it.
Or not.
Breaking ball. This is hit to Solis. The throw to second in time, and that will do it for the Mules in the fourth. They get 1 run on 3 hits, and they leave 1. After 4 complete, it is 6-3 Rouse. On to the 5th we go. Due up for the Raiders in the 5th. Nathan Miller, Andrew Sanchez, Jacob Solis, and Gavin Silva. But I need to, it may be Dalton Holbrook.
What's that? Oh, coming up to
bat.
The bat, yeah.
Came on in relief of Nathan Miller.
Well, I would suspect that. I mean, obviously Nathan Miller in that position, that spot was hitting for himself. He's now come out. There's Dawson Snow. He will be hitting in place of. Okay, so now Dawson Snow is coming in as he relieved Adrian Graves in left field, which is who Andrew Sanchez was hitting for. So it will be Dawson Snow in that spot. In Nathan Miller's spot.
So Sanchez will be hitting for the pitcher then.
Yes. Yeah, he remains DH, but where he starts as a DH or who he's hitting for does not have to be the case through the entire game. He can still be a DH. He's just now being designated as to who he's hitting for. Coach will make that announcement to the home plate umpire so that everybody is on the same page. And
so Dawson Snow will lead off as we do have Davis Zunker on the mound in relief of Yul Salaburu. And Yul Salaburu has moved over to third.
Yes, sir. So again, now having the exact same lineup as game 1, which did have Davis Zunker starting. Yule Salaburu at third and Robles at short. So we have now made way for the game one offensive lineup for the Alamo Heights Mules. And I'll do a quick scan of the outfield just to make sure that nothing has changed.
The first pitch to Snow, a fastball in for a strike. The 0-1 pitch, that is fouled away for strike two. And Snow quickly in an 0-2 count. Zunker pitching from the stretch. Andrew Sanchez on deck. The 0-2. That's in and out of the glove of Broderick.
Yeah, and low.
For ball one. Jim Kelly, Iowa fans for the Mules. That pitch just up out of the zone for ball two, and the count will even it 2.
Yeah, very good eye there from Dawson Snow, as that could easily have been one of those borderline pitches.
The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike three. And that will do it for Dawson Snow. That'll bring up Andrew Sanchez. He's 1 for 2. He's 0 for 0. Excuse me, 0 for 1 with a walk and a fly out to left.
Yeah, and as a difference a day can make with Yule Salaburu struggling in the first inning, and now we're seeing a great start.
That pitch high and inside to Andrew Sanchez for ball one.
For Davis Zunker, who just really struggled to find a strike in his first inning of work on Thursday night.
Jacob Solis on deck. The 1-0 pitch, a breaking ball that gets the top of the zone for strike one. One and one. Breaking ball fouled back out of play for strike two, and Sanchez in a 1-2 hole. We want to thank the fine folks here at Dripping Springs that have allowed us to set up in the press box. The 1-2 pitch, this is fouled back out of play.
Just over our heads there.
The 1-2 pitch from Zunker. This is fouled back out of play.
Really?
That ball sails high for ball two. 2-2. Two pitch, that's in on the hands and fouled back.
And another one bites the dust. All right, where are we at here, folks?
Salaburu checking in. Go Mules. The 2-2.
Oh, hit
off the catcher's mask.
Thought it hit him first, though.
I don't know, Coach.
Yeah, it hit
Crippin's gonna
Andrew.
call. Looked like it hit
It
on.
hits. Okay, it hit him, and then it bounced off of the helmet of Broderick. So even Andrew was telling him, hey, it hit my hand. The only click I heard was off the helmet of Broderick, the catcher. So umpires are going to get together and just confer whether or not the first base. And he says no.
All right, so we'll move on. That'll go down as a ball, and the count will go full.
I think what has a tendency to work a little bit better is immediately when made contact as a batter, take off, drop the bat, and run to first. That immediately lets them know you were hit, and then see if they will overturn that or not. But Andrew stood there, looked over at him and said, hey, it hit me. No problems. 2-2 count, 1 out. Andrew.
That was a ball then. It should be 3-2. Oh, he's saying it was a foul? He didn't call foul. This is lifted high into left.
Very high.
Robles and Botter out to it. Botter will make the catch, and that will retire Sanchez.
Wow. Always interesting to watch the games and see how things unfold.
Number 7, Jacob Solis.
We did have a prediction call here for Jacob Solis.
Zucker will deal to Solis, high and inside for ball 1.
And that high inside was his miss in game 1, first inning.
Gavin Silva on deck. Pitch high and inside for ball 2.
Of course, Zucker having hit 2 batters in that 1 2/3 inning of work.
The 2-0 pitch. This is popped up
Super
and
high.
playable. Cole Glazer in on it. He makes the catch, and that will do it for the Raiders. They go in order in the 5th. On to the bottom we go. Raiders leading it by 3. Due up for the Mules, Broderick, Jones, and Cole Glazer. I'm going to take this opportunity for another UIL spot.
We'll be right back, folks.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
I get her, not solo.
You saying I did it?
Come on. All right, folks, we're back with you. And again, Dalton Holbrook makes his way out for his second inning of work. Defensively, no other adjustments have been made for the Raiders. All same positional players and as the end of the last inning. And looks like throwdown comes, and we're getting ready to get the bottom of the 5th underway here.
Up for the Mules, number 27, Will Broderick.
We're not going to badmouth teams like that. Pitch outside.
Here comes the hook. Would be my guess here. Yeah, Gavin Silva giving a quick chase, but recognizing that that was going to be well outside.
So as we've mentioned previously, please keep the chat friendly. I mean, friendly banter is good going back and forth, but keep it clean. And no derogatory comments targeted toward any individual or team. That, again, is fouled back out of play, or we'll have to shut down the chat. People have been having a good time with it, so that's the unfortunate side of it, is when you get somebody that just wants to be ugly and ruin it for everybody. 1-2 the count to Broderick. That pitch outside for ball 2. A 2-2 pitch. This is hit into right field. That'll be a leadoff single for Will Broderick. That will bring up Hunter Jones. Jones has struck out and hit into a fielder's choice.
Batter number 19, Hunter Jones. In the run for
We
the
do
Mules,
have
number 6, Oliver Duffin.
a courtesy runner for
And the
Broderick, and it's Duffin.
Duffin. Oliver Duffin, number 6.
Check swing. And he's rung up for a strike. That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 2.
Yeah, great pitch there. Very hard to handle again on that lefty-lefty matchup. And immediately you see Hunter Jones crowd the plate even more.
Holbrook toes in, and he'll throw over to first. And that will not be in time. Salazar wasn't even at the bag. He was just kind of out ahead of it. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will retire Jones.
I was going to say, as a lefty, the best defense they have as a hitter against a left-handed pitcher is to crowd that plate. The only question is, are their hands fast enough to react to that fastball that's inside?
That'll bring up Albert Colglazer. He's 0 for 2. He has flown out to right and popped up to first. That is lined back up the middle. That'll go into center field. And a base knock for Colglazer.
That's actually the 4th hit by the Alamo Heights Mules. That is directly up the middle, and the only person really there to defend that is the pitcher, who's always, seemingly enough, falling off after delivery. It's very difficult for them to stay square to the dead center of the plate, the mound, whenever they're going through their delivery, and it's always a great spot to hit it at.
2 on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th.
And, yeah, Coach Boyd having a quick chat with Botter.
Blake Botter is 1 for 2. He has been hit by a pitch, and he has singled and come around to score. Holbrook comes set. He checks Duffin back at second, and he'll deal down the middle for a strike. Nothing in one, the count to Botter. The pitch down and away for ball one.
Of course, Xander Forsell real quick out of his crouch there to check the runner at second.
Looks like some activity may be headed toward the Raider bullpen. Looks like Carter May. The breaking ball sails high for ball two.
O'Neill.
Is
Well,
it
I
O'Neill?
see. Well, 55 is O'Neill. I just saw O'Neill walk around the railing, and could be both of them out there to get warm.
Breaking ball cut on and missed. A little chin music.
So heading that way, but not yet getting warm.
Piper Ranch, Phil checking in. I love the way Coach Boyd coaches. Couldn't get to this game without him. I have a kid that goes to Heights. Breaking ball. This is hit out to right. And it is going to fall in for a base hit. And that will load the bases.
Next up, number 4.
And Botter with back-to-back singles.
Yeah, and Coach a bit animated there, hollering out to Tyler Espinoza, letting him know that, he went to charge in, realizing he was not going to be able to make the play. However, he would have gotten Botter caught up, Hunter Jones caught up on a possible tag up at second.
So we got a pinch runner coming in for
Cole Glazer. Cole Glazer was the one that could have been caught up.
Coming in to run for the
and number 10, which is Frederick Labatt.
And that'll bring up Parks Zunker.
And once again, bases loaded as we have seen previously in this game.
Heights with 3 hits in this inning, 3 singles. Fastball gets the outside corner for strike one.
And again, one out here, so one ground ball away from possibly turning a double play to get out of this inning. Alamo Heights hoping for at least a deep enough fly ball to tag up and get another run in.
Breaking ball just outside.
Wow, close pitch there.
Holbrook comes set. This is lifted high into right center. It'll be caught by Espinoza. 1 run will come in on the sacrifice.
Again, Park Zunker doing a great job there, getting enough of that ball, sending it deep enough
Number 2, Luke.
so that they had plenty of opportunity for the runner to score.
Luke Spielhagen will make his way to the plate. He is 1 for 3. He has singled, struck out, and flown out to left.
Of course, now runners on the corners. Xander making his calls to the infield to let them know what the play will be.
Pitch outside for ball 1.
Oscar Salazar electing to hold Zunker on, or I'm sorry, not Zunker, Botter on at first.
That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 1, and that'll even the count. Hunt Conger on deck. That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 2. And albeit it was probably a generous little
It
call
was.
right there.
Even Spielhagen went to offer at it and thought better of it, thinking that it was going to be outside, but it was called a strike.
The 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball that he was able to check his swing on.
He did offer again at that, stopped, checked his swing, but really wasn't very strong with bringing the bat back and asked for the appeal. Came up as a safe call. And that did allow Botter to take second base. Deuce is wild with number 2 at the plate.
That pitch outside for ball 3. Full count to Luke Spielhagen. The payoff pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed for strike 3. And that will end the Mule 5th. But they get 1 run on 3 hits. They leave 2. And after 5 complete, it is 6-4 Rouse.
And I'll tell you what, Alamo Heights not going away. They are chipping away at that big lead by the Rouse Raiders in the first inning, having put up 5 runs. And, Alamo Heights just staying steady at it and getting runners on in each and every inning, it seems, and, taking advantage of several of them with runs, and they find themselves only down by 2 with 2 to go.
Let's go ahead and take care of our final UIL spot as Davis Zunker back out on the mound.
Yes, sir. Here we go, folks. We'll be right back with you.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great. Participate!
And we are back, folks, as we see Davis Zunker make his way out to the mound.
Due up for the Raiders, Silva, Heinrich, and Espinoza. That's your 9, 1, and 2 hitters. Raiders hoping to be able to put some offense on the board.
Yeah, and just as much as they're seeing that lead dwindle in Alamo Heights taking care of business here offensively, Raiders a bit stagnant after that 5-run inning and only bringing one more in.
They had a 4-run first, and then they scored 1 in the second.
Okay, sorry, 1 in the second and then 1 in the
That pitch
fourth.
misses low for ball 1. Silva 0 for 2. He has struck out and that pitch
low
and away for ball 2. I was trying to read my notes here. It was a 2-3 on the put out of Silva.
Great pitch
fastball
there.
In for a strike.
And once again, Davis Zunker showing he loves to live on that inner half of the plate.
Heinrich on deck. That pitch inside and low for ball 3.
And we do have Landon Miller now getting warmed up in the bullpen.
Three and 1 the count to Silva. That pitch outside for ball 4. And Silva will draw the leadoff walk.
Coming up to bat for Rouse, number 9, Rainer Heinrich.
Rainer Heinrich will come to the plate. He has been hit by a pitch. He has walked and singled. He has coming around to score 3 times.
Yeah, playing softball for all the years, one thing that we talked about is his walk is as good as a hit. So anytime we would get a walk, it got put down in our books as a hit. They talk about it all the time that why shouldn't you be rewarded, right, on your average?
He will take for a strike down the middle.
I know it'll never work that way in baseball, but base runners are always a good thing to have.
Tyler Espinoza on deck. 1 on with no outs. A breaking ball.
2 of them back to back.
Strike.
2 beautiful pitches there from Davis Zunker. Bottom just dropping out and bringing it straight over the plate.
Heinrich doubled off of Zunker twice yesterday, or Thursday night, rather. 0-2 the count. The pitch outside, the throw down to second, not in time, as Silva will pick up a stolen base.
Yeah, great jump there for Gavin Silva, really getting there with no problems at all, even with a better throw. Broderick did have that on the left side of the bag versus you want to see that more on the first base side to give the defender an opportunity to lay a quick tag down.
1-2. Zunker comes set. He checks Silva at second. He'll come home. That's high. That'll get away from Broderick, but he stays close enough to it. Silva will hold at second.
Yeah, Silva definitely leaning as if he wanted to take off, but recognized that the ball, as you mentioned, did not get far enough away from Broderick to risk.
Two, the count to Heinrich. The pitch, that's outside for ball 3. There is some activity going in the Mule bullpen.
That's number 20, Ben Wendland, getting warmed up. And again, it's a win or go home scenario for both of these ball clubs. And I'm sure Coach Boyd, as Peen has shown, they're not going to let anybody stay in there any longer than they need to.
Full count. Heinrich was 0-2 and has worked it back full.
Yeah, almost reluctant to really give him that inside pitch again.
Payoff pitch. This is popped up, an infield fly, and Robles tracks it. He'll make the catch, and that will do it for Heinrich as he's retired for the first time this afternoon.
The batter is number 12, Tyler Espinoza.
That'll bring up Tyler Espinoza. Espinoza is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and scored once, and he has flown out to right.
Yeah, pretty decent deep fly ball to right in his last at bat. We'll look to sort of level that swing out a little bit better here and try to find a gap as he did in his second at bat.
He will take for ball 1.
Wow, that looked close. I guess higher than it looked like to me.
One 1-0 the count to Espinoza. The pitch, that's high for ball 2.
And that'll draw a visit to the mound from Broderick.
2-0 the count. Oscar Salazar on deck. Broderick gives the sign. Zunker comes set. He'll check Silva at second, and he'll come home. That is high and outside for ball 3.
And if Espinoza is able to scratch out a walk here, that'll actually put 2 on for your 5A state RBI leader, Oscar Salazar.
3-0. Zunker comes set. The pitch. That's inside. He actually called that a strike.
Oh, my goodness.
3-1.
I mean, literally, it was almost a hit again, another almost hit by pitch as he had to duck away and gets the strike call.
Well, he's been consistently frustrating both pitchers.
Yeah, with that inside, just giving it to you or not giving it to you.
3-1 the count to Espy. 3-1 pitch.
And there's a good strike.
That's
That was
a good
definite strike.
right there. And he works the count full from a 3-0 count to a full count.
Crazy reversal. He starts out 2 strikes against Rainer Heinrich and brings it to full, and then flips it around here and starts out 3-0 and brings it to full here against Tyler Espinosa.
Takes a long look in, and Espinosa will call time and step out, and Zunker will reset. And the payoff pitch, that's outside for ball 4, and Zunker loses him.
It's almost like he was second guessing himself on what he wanted to do for that possible putout pitch. And, you know, in taking a long look in and really just almost psyching himself out.
That'll bring up Oscar Salazar. Salazar has walked twice and flown out to center. Zunker takes a long look in. He'll deal. That's inside. Spin Salazar out of the box for ball 1. 2 on with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Landon Miller on deck. The 1-0 pitch. That misses low for ball 2.
A few frustrated fans out there, it sounds like.
2-0. 2-0 pitch. That's in for a strike. You get in close games like this, fans and alike are on pins and needles for their team when it's their opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
The 2-1 pitch, that's gets the outside corner for strike 2. And the count works even, 2-2. Zunker again takes a long look in. He finally comes set. A 2-2 pitch. This is lifted high and into
and fair ball.
He calls it foul.
Oh, well, I mean, we couldn't see it actually bounce because of the players in the way, but
as Cole Glazer lost sight of it.
Yeah, and he pops his glove or his hat off, and of course the wind's still blowing hard and blew that just past his glove. Now it did bounce over him, and once again, sort of out of our visual sign to see where it landed in relation to the foul line, but the umpire was right there, so you feel he's got to make a good call, and he did call it foul, so Oscar stays alive.
Oscar probably happy with that it was not caught, so he gets another opportunity.
Yeah, getting under that one.
The 2-2 pitch, and this is hit deep to left.
He did not get under that one, though.
And it'll go to the fence. Silva will round third and head for home. Espinoza will hold up, and the Raiders will get one across.
And once again, Oscar Salazar showing why he is the RBI leader, driving in another run here for your Raiders.
Now batting number 10.
An RBI double for Oscar Salazar.
It's amazing. You get that one extra opportunity. You get away with one on a missed pop fly foul ball. And looky there, Landon Miller gets the free base as they're not going to want to pitch to him again, showing that he's got power to spare with the grand slam and then the double off the fence.
Bases loaded for
the Zan Man, the X Factor.
The X Factor.
Xander Forcell. Who has power in his own right.
Kim Salazar checking in. That's my brother.
Osal.
Xander Forcell is 1 for 3. He has struck out, he has singled, and flown out to left. He will take the outside corner for strike 1.
That's the pitch you'd love to see him drive opposite field.
Dawson Snow on deck.
They're almost cheating. Park Zunker cheating a little bit more to the left side, closing that left center gap, but then exposing a really big right center gap.
The pitch, this is smoked down the left field line, foul as Espinoza dives out of the way just to keep from getting hit.
He almost got hammered.
As you recall, on Thursday night, Yul Sadaburu took a hop down that third base line right above his right eye.
Yeah, he got smoked in that right eye and had a chance to talk to him after the game, and he said he was doing good, gave me thumbs up, had a big smile on his face, but that right eye was closing.
That pitch misses low for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Xander Forcell. Dawson Snow on deck. Forcell will foul that one off.
Yep, stays alive. And I'll tell you what, It's moments like this that you put a Xander Forcell following a Landon Miller. It helps protect Landon Miller as a batter, but if they are going to go ahead and give him the free base, you've got somebody that's swinging a hot bat right behind him and just ready to make him pay for that decision.
1-2 the count. The pitch. This is hit out over Park Zonker. He's there to it, but that will score a run on the sacrifice by Xander Forcell.
And then once again, doing just enough. Obviously, he sent that for a long ride to center field, but the speed of Park Zunker able to settle underneath it, but deep enough to easily plate one more run and get back 2 more of the runs that they've given up to Alamo Heights in the last couple of innings.
Runners on the corners for Dawson Snow. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
And now Connor Thompson is coming in to run for Landon Miller, who potentially will be your next pitcher. Landon Miller was warming up earlier. And now we're seeing Gavin Silva getting
Connor
warm.
Thompson running. You did mention Connor.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah, Connor came in for Landon. I'm actually looking out there, and I'm seeing Gavin Silva going through his normal warm-up routine to pitch. I did allude to that earlier in the game, that there's that possibility of him coming in, even though he only has 19 pitches, if our pitch count was correct from Thursday night.
Well, I'm curious if that count actually increases after 2 days rest, right? So I'm not exactly sure how that rule plays into effect.
I mean, I think it's 110 on 3 days rest. They have to at least have 3 days rest
Do
to
they
get
have
those
3 days?
110.
3 days rest.
So a 2-day, and the reason for that is just like what we did. Now, real quick, I do know last year Bernie Champion going against Liberty Hill, the game 1 starter was actually also the game 2 starter because he pitched so efficiently in game 1 that he pitched into the 5th inning of game 2 before he hit his 110 pitches.
First pitch to Dawson Snow in for strike 1.
And
Andrew Sanchez on deck. That pitch inside, and Thompson will advance. One and one the count to Snow. There's a big hole up the middle. That pitch sails high for ball 2.
And I wonder, do we still have... Yeah, we do still have number 20,
Wendland.
Ben Wendland, getting warm, keeping warm, should I say. I assume he's plenty warmed up by now.
A 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss for strike 2. That'll even it up at 2. Deuces wild for Dawson Snow. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out with 2 on. A handful of deuces. Zunker comes set, the 2-2 pitch. That is fouled away.
Yeah, we're able to stay alive here in the at-bat. Out ahead of that one was Dawson Snow.
Davis checking in, watching from Florida. Raiders are awesome. How are the Gators out there?
Well, it depends upon which Gator, right? Is it Florida Gators?
It's a Florida Gator.
Or is
or
it the Gator
Gators?
Gators?
The Gator Gators, the Swampy Gators.
We got plenty of them everywhere.
The 2-2 pitch from Zunker. That is lined back up the middle. Zunker has it. The throw to first in time, and that will do it for the Raiders 6. They get 2 runs on 1 hit, and they leave 2. On to the bottom we go.
And once again, Dalton Holbrook is making his way out to the mound.
Due up for the Mules in the 6th. Conger, Robles, and Salaburu.
Which, from the looks of it, Landon Miller is looking to get his glove swapped out, as he's definitely has a different pitcher's mitt glove, as it were, versus his outfield glove. So Landon Miller is returning to center field. Still Tyler Espinoza in right, Dawson Snow out in left. Aside from that, no other changes. Again, just same as last inning.
Let's get this last UIL spot in. Don't miss the final UIL state event of the year, the 2024 baseball tournament taking place Wednesday, June 5th through Saturday, June 8th. These games will be played at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock, with Conference 4A games taking place at the historic Dishwalk Field at the University of Texas at Austin campus. For schedule, spectator, and ticket information, please visit uiltexas.org/baseball. Again, that's uiltexas.org/baseball.
That's probably why you played baseball, didn't you? Sorry,
the Mules into the heart of their order.
Crack at the...
Conger is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a strikeout. He has come around to score.
Number 8, Conger.
Holbrook picks up the sign from Forcell. He will come set, and that will be outside for ball one.
Yeah, now having multiple arms warmed up for Coach Crimpine, I would expect it'll be a tight leash from here on forward to the end of the game.
Breaking ball inside for ball two. Tuno. The pitch. That's outside for ball three.
Yeah, and even Dalton Holbrook, with the fact that there was such a lengthy time between innings there, a lot of offense, a lot of base runners, a lot of things happening here in that last inning. He was over there keeping the little stretch pole in his hand, keeping it in his arm to stay warm.
The 3-0, that's down the middle for strike one. As Spielhagen was taking all the way. I mean, gosh, I put in the wrong slot. As Conger was taking all the way.
Oh, high fly ball into
foul territory. And that'll be caught by Tyler Espinosa.
I absolutely love that. Oscar Salazar giving chase into foul territory. The moment he heard Tyler Espinosa say, "I got it," he laid down just so there was zero issues with possible interference on his part. So great job of communication. Love seeing that.
Meemaw and Papa checking in. Amazing job, Raiders. So proud of you. Anthony Castaneda, where's the Landon Miller mound debut? That remains to be seen.
Still has yet to be seen, yes, sir.
To happen. That pitch misses outside for ball one.
And I'll tell you what, if it's going to happen, I would love to see it happen before the regional finals.
Marge Holbrook checking in, watching from Edmond, Oklahoma. Grandma Holbrook, go Dalton. 1-0. This is hit back up the middle. This will be played by Solis. The throw to first in time, and just barely.
That was so
Robles,
close.
That was just barely in time. Robles almost beat that out.
I think his foot was literally hovering over the top of the bag as the ball was received by Oscar Salazar. It was that close.
Number 24, Mules, Salaburu.
And Solis did a great job there. I mean, he recognized immediately who was running and charged that ball, made the catch, and as soon as he had it, he was already making the transition and getting it out of his glove as quickly as possible.
Salaburu comes to the plate. He is grounded to the pitcher. He's been hit by a pitch and hit into a fielder's choice. That pitch misses low for ball one. Holbrook comes set. The 1-0. That's outside for ball two. Mule fan number one. Let's go, Yule. Of course, Salaburu broke up the no-hitter going Thursday night. Swing and a miss for strike one. Right after he got hit in the eye.
Yep, and I just wanted to take a quick peek. Holbrook only went 11 pitches in Thursday's game.
The 2-1, swing and a miss for strike two, and the count will even it 2.
And as of right now, the count on him is 42. So
deuce is wild for Salaburu. This is fouled back out of play, and the count will stay 2-2.
Yeah, so pitch count not anywhere in jeopardy for Dalton Holbrook.
Johnny White checking in on a previous out by Zunker. What a great play from Zunker on that comebacker to the mound.
Oh, yes, sir.
Breaking ball just misses outside for ball three.
Yeah, he tried to sneak in a little backdoor cutter there to get the strike. And
the payoff pitch. Catches him looking for strike three. And they're talking trash to Holbrook, and Holbrook does this to him as he's walking off the mound to the Mule dugout.
Yes, for sure. You know, hard to really know what goes on when we're way up here, especially with headphones on. But you just got to look for the reactions of the boys. And
well, we know this is that the dugouts can be especially nasty to opposing players.
Oh, very much so. Yeah,
brutal. Some of the stuff that's said is brutal that we don't always pick up in the stands. But both of us have had boys play baseball,
and we're checking our boys, right?
Yeah.
We're watching their reactions and seeing what's going on, and we have the benefit of talking to them after the game, right?
And then find out, oh man, this guy was saying such this horrible stuff to me, and you wouldn't think you'd hear that, but at the same time, he may be doing it to somebody else.
Exactly. Well, it so reminds me.
He ain't all that innocent. He's out there just talking all sorts of smack.
Looks like we have Mr. Comorn
that is not.
Yeah.
Comorn, is it?
Yeah,
is it a different Comorn?
He's
normally
48.
Wears 34, right?
Yes, sir. He is 48 today. Spates has 34, so 48 is Comorn. Jordan
Comorn.
Comorn
will be batting for Andrew Sanchez.
Yeah, Coach had a lot of great things to say about Comorn. He was actually looking to bring him in. He had a bat in his hand. Had we had one more opportunity, had Jacob Solis got on in last night's game, Comorn, again, was ready to go and come in to hit, but just didn't happen for us. And here we are in the deciding game 3. And, looking back, I remember last year when we played against Flower Mound in the Leander tournament, and they had a lot of choice words to say for my boy Caden there in left field about just he didn't seem like he was worth anything and couldn't do anything, and he just kept getting hit after hit after hit in that game, going 4 for 5.
Yeah, they're calling you anything but a nice guy.
Yeah.
Number 48, Jordan Comorn. For his first opportunity, he will take for a strike from Davis Zunker. Jacob Solis on deck. That pitch just misses outside. He's called that a strike numerous times, but he doesn't give him the call this time.
I think just seeing where the first pitch was, to expect that both of those, one very far inside and that one outside, that both would be considered a strike is hard. That was beautiful there. Oh, wow.
Pitch down the middle for strike 1.
Just a big swooping curveball there that started at the helmet of Comorn.
2-1, the count to Comorn.
And once again, another one of those batters that is just crowding the plate is Comorn. And again, could work 2 different ways. You get that breaking pitch from Davis Zunker that looks like it's behind you, and then it cuts across the plate.
2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss on a pitch well outside. And yeah, I thought I had that right. And he strikes out swinging.
Yes, sir.
For out number 1. And that'll bring up Jacob Solis. Solis is 0 for 2. He has walked, he has grounded to second, and he has popped up to first. Gavin Silva on deck. Solis will take for a strike, a fastball down the middle. Comorn, Solis, and Silva are the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. They're the bottom of the order for the Raiders. The 0-1 pitch, that is in the turf for ball 1. Zunker comes set, the 1-1 pitch. That's outside for ball 2.
And also doing a quick check here on the pitch count for Davis. Zunker, 41 in.
That pitch gets the inside corner for strike 2.
So he's actually at 100 pitches right now, is Davis Zunker. Even though he was only in for 1 2/3, he did throw 41 pitches. So he is at a even 100 pitches right now.
The 2-2 pitch. This is smoked down the left field line, foul.
Staying alive. That would have almost been that one at bat too late double call that we had from one of our folks on the chat line.
Two-two the count. Nobody on with one out here in the top of the 7th. And he'll foul this one down the left field line again. Zunker shakes off the sign. Broderick runs back through the 2-2. That breaking ball misses outside, and it was outside.
Yeah, just again, that he's got so much movement that he starts that middle of the plate. It's almost assuredly going to break outside with
the full count to Solis. Pitch, this one is hit deep to left. Blake Bonner back and makes the catch at the warning track.
Really got all of that one there.
Fly ball
yeah, it was.
Left.
Gavin Silva.
2 away for Gavin Silva.
Yeah, going all of about 310 down the line there, but it's 320 to clear the fence. So just coming up shy on that one.
That will bring up Gavin Silva.
How's Drippin doing? 6-6.
Silva pops this one foul and will just go out of play for strike one, as it was way down the right field line.
Yeah, of course.
Conger trying to get to it, but could not make it as it went over the fence.
Of course, playing our game here at Drippin Springs, and we're in my right ear, I'm hearing talk of scores, so I had to check on what was happening. Drippin Springs is on the road today playing, and they're in a 6-6 tie in the bottom of 7.
Silva fouls this one back, and that will go out of play as well for strike 2. And Silva quickly in an 0-2 count.
Are they
Rainer
the home team
Heinrich
or the
on
visitor?
deck.
They are visitors, so they're trying to get out of that inning.
So Rouse
and they just did. So
Rouse and Dripping Springs very similar in color, except the gold for Rouse is Vegas gold.
Yeah.
Fastball upstairs for ball 1.
And again, Landon Miller up in the bullpen getting warm. Potentially we'll get to see his debut. Great
Silva
shot.
will hit this one into left field. That'll be a base hit for Gavin Silva.
Of course, Gavin Silva said, not so fast. We want to hit for a little bit longer before we let Landon Miller come into this game.
And, now check the count. Where is he at on his count?
Yeah, he's bound to be really close. 67 versus 41. He's 108 if we're getting the full amount here. Let me make sure that Game Changer's not behind. Yeah, 108. So he will, in fact, be able to face one more batter as long as he
Silva takes off. This is hit out to right center. Park Zunker on it, will make the catch, and that will do it for the Raiders. They get no runs on one hit. They leave one. And after 6.5, it's 8-4 Rouse. Dalton Holbrook makes his way back out to the mound.
But no.
So, yeah, I'm sorry, Anthony. I was thinking the same thing. We might see a Lando debut, but
he's electing to stick with Holbrook. And
due up for the Mules, Broderick, Jones, and Colglazer. That is your 5, 6, and 7 hitters.
Landon, of course, makes his way back into the dugout, swap gloves to make his way to center field. And hey, he's just keeping them arm warm just in case. You know, you never
Right.
know. And, you know, it's great to have them ready to go just as Gavin Silva was in there looking to get warm earlier as well. Probably would have been warming up had he not been on the base path, you know, and up to bat. So, Coach having multiple arms to choose from here for Game 3 did go with Nathan Miller, who towed the rubber very well, representing the Raiders nicely, and had a few loose pitches and loose innings, but they were able to put some hits together. And we still have a Trey Schluter, that's available to pitch. I mean, there's again Carter O'Neill,
Eli
Barone. So
you got
several folks.
Carter May that's available.
Yes, and May came in to finish out Game 1 and looked very strong in his outing for the playoffs, first outing for the playoffs. And here we go. As I believe
Will Broderick.
Will Broderick.
He has singled and scored, walked, and grounded to second.
All right, 3 outs away.
He singled his last time up. He was in a 2-2 count against Holbrook. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Get the job done, Dalton. Go Raiders. Let's go, Dalton. Secure the W. A breaking ball inside for ball 2. Holbrook comes set. The 2-0 pitch. That's high for ball 3. The 3-0 pitch. That hits him.
Now batting number 19, Hunter Jones.
That is, I want to say, the third hit batter of the afternoon by Rouse pitchers.
I'll tell you real quick.
Yep, that's 3 hit batters. Nathan Miller hit 2.
Yes, he did, and Holbrook gets 1. So, yes,
planked 1.
3.
1 on for Hunter Jones. Hunter Jones is 0 for 3. He has hit into a fielder's choice and struck out twice, and he will take for a strike. Big Lou checking in, or Christina and Lou checking in. Let's go finish it, Raiders. Throw over to first will not be in time. As we do, Will Broderick running for himself on this and not getting a courtesy runner. That is hit back up the middle. This could be 2. Throw to second in time. Throw to first in time. A double play.
Gosh, it looked like he was there from my vantage point. But
that'll go 4-6, 6-3.
And, yeah, that's going to immediately draw a visit from Coach Boyd, as he also felt that Hunter Jones had beat that throw. Again, from back here, we can't really see. It's so close. Where is his foot in relation to the glove? To the ball. But I can tell you that the umpire down the line has got a great vantage point. He's going to be able to hear the ball hit the glove while he's watching for the foot of Hunter Jones, and he did call him out with the double play. And just like that, Holbrook is able to amend for the hit by pitch.
That will bring up Albert Colglazer. He's 1 for 3. He singled his last time up.
And now 1 out away from your Rouse Raiders, moving on to the regional quarters.
The first pitch, a breaking ball in to Colglazer for strike 1. This is fouled back out of play, and Cole Glazer's bat comes out of his hand to the backstop.
Yeah, and the Raiders are on their feet.
The Mules down to their final strike. And the Rouse faithful are on their feet. The 0-2 pitch coming up. Holbrook toes in. The 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball. This is hit up the middle to Solis. The throw to first in
There
time,
it
and the
is.
Raiders are your region or your area champions.
There it is, folks.
That'll go 6-3 on the putout of Cole Glazer, and they seem in a unique way go in order in the 3 up, 3 down. Let's just say that.
Wow, and what a crazy whirlwind 3 games we've had, Michael. I mean, we see Rouse Raiders come out of the gates firing on all cylinders, offense to galore, winning 10-1 at the Mule Yard for the Alamo Heights in San Antonio, and then turning around and getting that first home game opportunity and just not really, again, firing on all cylinders as the offense sputtered, the defense wasn't what it should have been, and pitching was a bit laxed and in spots, and draws it into Game 3, and here we go on to the next round.
For the third time in 4 years, the Rouse Raiders and the Cedar Park Timberwolves will meet in the regional quarterfinal championship.
And there is that, yes.
And so it'll be interesting to see how this works. The past 2 times, each team has flipped for a 1-game playoff, and so
3 times, right? Well, no, we
twice.
didn't get into 22.
Yeah,
but
22,
21 and 23,
22, the Raiders got beat by Canyon in the bi-district round, and
and that gives us to our reoccurring foe, right? As it is Cedar Park, we had a reoccurring
crosstown rival.
Yeah, and we had a reoccurring for 3 years in a row with New Braunfels Canyon, and that sort of came to an end this year with New Braunfels not making the playoffs. Or I'm sure there would have been a way to find those two matched up, Raiders and New Braunfels. But we do get that consistent second round of Alamo Heights, as it has been the last couple of years, 3 years, and then times, and then of course. Now Cedar Park. So
Cindy Sutton checking in. Well played game by both teams. I agree, and it was a heck of a contest, a battle last night. Both fan bases been chewing on their fingernails in this game. Is Landon Miller with that grand slam home run in the first.
Proved
set
to be the
Raiders comfortably in the lead, and then the Raiders added a 5th run, and the Mules clawing back into this one.
They did. I mean, it took them to the third inning, but 3rd, 4th, 5th inning, all plating runs in all 3 of those innings, and needed some more help, more run support, and they were able to get it. Where the Raiders, they answered in the 6th.
Thank you, Mom and Papa. Great game, both teams, great announcers. Thank you for your very kind words. We appreciate that, and we want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching, both fan bases, making it fun, keeping the chat fun, and making the game enjoyable with friendly banter going back and forth. And we want to thank all of you for keeping it that way and making Jonathan and I's job more easier.
Yeah, I mean, we love having that banter on the chat. It gives us something else to sort of break up those monotonous times, right? There's only so many things that we can talk about, and we've got plenty of older stories that we can throw in there, but everybody at home doesn't want to hear about our old stories, right? I mean, they want to hear about the new, fresh stuff.
The old war stories, right? But at any rate, I mean, y'all make it fun, and we love the interaction to communicate with y'all, and you get to hear it in real time, and we get to enjoy that camaraderie together. So thank you for that. We appreciate it and tuning in. All of you Alamo Heights fans, thank you very much. We have enjoyed
Mule fan number 1, Mule fan number 2. We love y'all. Right. Thank you so much. So we really enjoyed the banter and what y'all brought to the broadcast.
And don't forget fake Mule fan number 1.
Well,
Mule fan 1. And Rob Carr, he said he had his Ori or his Chips Ahoy and came back as a different name.
Yes,
he sneaked back in there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. But he was clean. He was. Everything was great. With coming back in. But One great thing, two things to hit on real quick, Michael. This next series is going to be, we have to wait to determine, are we going to get video rights? And because what we really have to think about and consider is NFHS, Cedar Park is one of their
Yeah,
primary.
the Vipe is their primary carrier, but for the playoffs, I think they're an NFHS partner. So
So that
uh,
may play into whether we have the video. And then secondly, the great part of this news side of this is travel is to a minimum in this round,
right, since
as
we're
any neutral
both local
site could be Georgetown, which we have played them in
in
Georgetown
21,
previous, and Concordia, which we
right,
did play them last
last
year.
year.
So, Concordia, great venue. We love it. Georgetown, great venue again. I don't know that I'm going to say I love it. We were victorious against Cedar Park in that game, as we were at Concordia. But again, we will see. Coaches will meet, possibly even as early as today,
To
to
get that hammered
determine
out.
what's going to happen. And, we'll let y'all know as soon as we can.
David Angelo checking in. Thank you guys for doing this. I'm a Heights fan, but you were very fair to both sides. Well, thank you very much, David. That's our goal to be
Appreciate it,
that. We
David.
are a Rouse broadcast, but we try to be as neutral as possible, but still keep it. Rouse, we're part of the Rouse Baseball Booster Club, so
And what do we say? Game recognizes
yeah,
game.
game
And,
recognizes
we're
game, and
going
we
to,
want to recognize the accomplishments of both sides. I mean, this is baseball, and you got to love
yes,
baseball.
I do. I love it.
And
Watching Robles work over there at shortstop
yeah,
after going game 2 full,
I
7
mean,
innings. I mean,
Robles,
just,
that game last night was on the arm of Robles as he ended the game with a throw to first
yeah.
to get the final out in the eighth, uh, which was very apropos to the night that he had. So
Right, and even prior to that last out, mowing down runners that I don't know many people that are going to make that same play, or have the ability to make that same play with such a strong arm that already threw 110 pitches.
right. So Jonathan, why don't you go over the final numbers?
Final numbers here off Game Changer. Again, final here 8-4. Raiders victorious. We did have a combined 2 pitchers, really both going about the same. Holbrook going 3 2/3. Nathan Miller with the win, going 3 1/3. So he was the starting pitcher. He did have the lead when he left, so that puts him up for the win, even though he didn't pitch as much as Holbrook did. They did give up a combined 9 hits, only 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, and only 1 walk. Again, the big difference between what we've seen in losses for the Raiders versus wins is that walk column. I mean, that says it all, that stat. The Raiders did bring 27 batters to the plate. They did have 9 hits as well. So, again, 9 hits for both sides of the field, only one being the difference maker in that Landon Miller grand slam. They did get struck out 5 times, but 8 walks for the Raiders batters. So, big difference there in the numbers.
So we encourage you to hit that like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. So this week when we do go live, you will get notified and be able to catch the action. Hopefully we'll be able to stream. If not, it'll be an audio only broadcast. But that's the playoffs, and unfortunately that's a part of it that can take place. But you could watch the stream on NFHS and you can listen
You
to
have to
us,
pay
but
for
we
it.
will tell you there is a paywall in order to do that. And the other thing is there the lag time is
Considerable.
Theirs is far behind ours. So at any rate, we want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching to the Alamo Heights Mules. A great tip of the cap to a great ball club. And we wish all of your seniors well as they go on to their future endeavors and prepare to graduate, and to the guys who will be back next year in 26-5A as they will go into the same district with Smithson Valley and Bernie Champion next year as they leave the inner city San Antonio schools out of 27-5A. And we'll face some better competition, and which they're looking forward to that. So we look forward to seeing those guys next year. So for Jonathan Caspar, I'm Michael Francis. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider on SHN Sports. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.